week's video is on another basic embroidery stitch, and it's the stem stitch. Let's start right away and first thread your needle and make a knot at the end. Insert the needle from the back of the fabric and pull it all the way. Then leave one stitch length away and start to make a stitch by going back down through the fabric. Pull the needle from the back of the fabric until it creates a loop. At this point, I usually hold that created loop towards either one side of the line to make things easier going forward. You'll see. Now come up at the mid area of the first stitch to be and above the loop. Then pull the needle all the way and you have made your first stitch. Now go back down, leaving one stitch length away from the previous entry point and pull the needle from the other side till it creates a loop. This time, come up through the fabric and above the loop where you end the first stitch. Then pull the needle all the way to make your second stitch. After this point, repeat the same steps. If you move the needle above the loop for the first time, continue to do that, or if you move the needle below the loop for the first time, keep doing that. The important thing is don't interchange the way you do it. Otherwise, you're going to lose the unique twisted shape of the stem stitch. After every pull, I always try to hold the thread towards only one side of the line using my thumb. This helps me to keep myself in check without any confusion. The stem stitch is generally used as an outlining stitch. It works just fine with any straight or curvy shapes. As the name suggests, stem stitch is commonly used in embroidering stems or veins. But you can also use it as a filling stitch by making stitches closer together. If you follow these repeated steps, the stem stitch looks like a twisted rope at the end. We are about to end the stitch and stop after the final pull. Now instead of going back down one stitch length away, make a tiny stitch closer to the end of the last stitch. Pull the needle all the way from the back of the fabric, and this way you will get an evenly thick line. Once you learn this method, I would like you to try another way of doing the stem stitch. It'll be much easier after you understand the first method. First, insert the needle from the back of the fabric and pull it all the way. As we did in the first method, go back down leaving a stitch length away, and the difference is you don't go all the way back. You just move your needle down through the fabric and then move the needle up through the fabric at the mid area of the first stitch to be. At that point, pull the needle all the way, making your first stitch. Again, leave a stitch length away and prick the fabric at that point. At the same time, move the needle up and through the fabric where you end the first stitch. Then pull it all the way, making your second stitch. After this point, continue the same steps, and once you get a hold of it, I think this method is much easier and faster than the first one. It's basically 2 steps in one go. Even here, remind yourself to keep the thread at one side of the line only. It's the important thing in both methods. Otherwise, you won't get a twisted rope-like structure. Ending is the same as the first method. After the final pull, make a small stitch closer to the end of the previous stitch. With that done, I hope you'll get an idea of how to do the stem stitch and pick any one of the two methods more comfortable for you. Now let me show you what happens when you don't keep the thread on only one side of the line. It's gonna disturb the twisted rope-like structure and you won't get an even line. So always keep that in mind when you use stem stitch in embroidery. This is how it looks when you use stem stitch for outlining, and I personally think it gives more natural look, especially for stems and leaves. Hope you all like this video, and now it's time for you to start practicing. Thank you for watching, and I'll join you in the next one.